In the world of NCAA swimming, it's not uncommon for a certain program to become really well renowned in a specific discipline. For example, the Cal backstroke group has always been fantastic. The University of Texas mid-distance group has a very long history of producing really fast swimmers. And more recently, the University of Virginia women have cornered the niche of winning. And lately, the University of Tennessee and their sprint freestyle group have been another example of a program excelling in a certain category, culminating with them smashing NCAA relay records at SECs. The quartet of Guy Carib, Nicole Blackman, Lamar Taylor, and of course, Jordan Crooks have combined to put up some truly ridiculous times. So let's take a look. The two newer additions to the Tennessee roster are Taylor and Blackman, with both of them providing some serious depth to this group. Nicole Blackman is a sophomore. In his freshman season, he ended the year with best times in the 50 and 100 freestyles of 19:59 and 42:30. Now in his second year in this group, he's gotten much faster. At mid-season, he dropped his times down to 19:15 and 42:24, an especially nice drop there in that 50. And recently at SECs, dropped down even lower to 19:05 and 41:84. Blackman was a member of Tennessee's 200 free relay last year at NCAA's, contributing to a 5th place finish. There, he anchored in a 19:32, a time that he's now surpassed with his flat start times. The more recent addition to this roster is that of Lamar Taylor. Taylor is a D2 graduate transfer, winning numerous NCAA titles while swimming at the Division II level with Henderson State. Coming into the year, he had best times in the 50 and 100 free of 19:03 and 42:30, making him a very valuable addition right off the bat. And yes, him and Blackman had identical times in that 100 free. At the Tennessee Invite, Taylor was just off of his best time, swimming in 19:15 and a 42:31. I don't know what is with these two, but yes, they did tie in that 50 free. Then at SECs, Taylor walked away with some personal best swims, swimming to times of 18:82 and 41:97. The big guns in the sprint group are undoubtedly Guy Carib and Jordan Crooks. They are some of the fastest ever in the sprint freestyles. In the 50 free, these two rank as the second and 7th fastest performers of all time, and in the 100 they rank at 3rd and 5th. During the 2024 Short Course World Championships, these two proved they are a force to be reckoned with. They went 1-2 in the 50 free and 2-3 in the 100 free. While Crooks is the faster of the two in terms of best times, Carib has managed to snag him here and there in the 100 free. He outtouched him for that silver medal at Short Course Worlds, and at last year's NCAA's finished 2nd while Crooks finished in 5th. At the time, they both swam lifetime bests, but Crooks has since surpassed that time. Of course, Jordan Crooks probably needs no introduction. In the 50 free in particular, he's become known as an absolute monster. He's one of only 2 swimmers to ever break 18 seconds in the 50-yard freestyle, and he's actually done it more than anyone, swimming a 17-second 50 4 times. He also owned 6 out of the 10 fastest swims in history. And in short course meters, he made history as he smashed the world record in the 50 free, becoming the first man to ever break 20 seconds in that format. With just Carib and Crooks, you already have 2 powerhouse swimmers in these events, and then when your supporting cast are as fast as Taylor and Blackman, well, that's how you have an insanely fast sprint group through and through. So now let's take a look at these sprint free relays from SECs to see just how this group put it all together. Starting off with the 200 free relay, the first relay where we saw these 4 swimmers smash the NCAA record. With a final time of 1:12.80, these 4 swimmers made history as the first relay team to ever go under 1:13 in this event, breaking the former NCAA record of 1:13.35. So let's take a look at the splits. Things start off as well as you can hope for with a 17:96 from Crooks. Carib then takes over with a massive 18:04 to make this an insanely fast opening 100. Then it's Taylor who actually has the biggest split differential between himself and his matching leg on the record-setting relay, where he split an 18:25. Blackman brings it home with a split of 18:55, sealing an absolutely ridiculous NCAA record. What's really interesting is that the former team that held this record, Florida, were obviously also in the field, and they were also faster than their old swim, with a 1:13.29. Comparing the splits between these two teams shows the exact same story. Not only does Tennessee have such a monstrous opening, they also have have such good depth that no one can ever make up any significant ground on them. Here's a different way to look at it. The average split from this Tennessee relay is an 18:20. Only one split on that Florida relay is faster, and it's an 18:18. That all shows how Tennessee put together such a crazy fast 200 free relay. But what about that 400 free relay? This was another NCAA record with the same relay team, clocking a 2:42.41 to break the record set by ASU last year by nearly a full second. Leon Marchand gets the record splits out to an early lead with a crazy fast 40.28 leadoff. That leadoff actually makes Marchand the fourth fastest performer ever. After that, Tennessee started eating into that lead with splits of 41.13 and 40.65 from Blackman and Taylor. But even with those two splitting faster than the record, going into the final leg, Tennessee was about 3/10 behind. But waiting at the anchor was Jordan Crooks, and he wasted no time, blasting a split of 39.52. That is the fastest split in history. Crooks is the only man to ever break 40 seconds on a relay start, and he first did so this year at midseason, where he split a 39.89. Despite breaking 40 in the individual event from a flat start, Caleb Dressel has actually never broken that barrier on a relay swing. His fastest ever relay split is a 40.15. That absolutely monstrous split from Crooks single-handedly blew the doors off of that old relay record, as he created a split differential of 1.3 seconds. This group of sprinters is completely loaded with talent. Not only do they have two of the fastest swimmers ever in these events, but their other swimmers put up times that would make them one of, if not the fastest on most other teams. You put all of that together and you have the perfect combination to completely destroy some relay records. The question now is, can these records be brought even lower at NCAAs? I think that 400 free relay record has some serious potential. Kareem led off in a 41.11, but he has a best time of 40.55 and was a 40.85 earlier in that session. What do you think about the University of Tennessee's men's sprint freestyle group? And do you think they'll bring their records any lower in a month? Let me know down below.